morning, everybody. How are you guys doing? I hope everybody is having the greatest day. So, yeah, I'm up this morning working on my new skill. Hence the title, I am trading today. Um, all right, so I've been trading on Robinhood. Um, we are at our first week. We started trading last week, and did we learn a lot? Okay, we started trading on Robinhood last week. Um, it was actually a really great week. I mean, I've been learning, like watching YouTube videos and just all the free resources that I can find to teach me this game of trading. And it's been an impactful week. We've had some ups, we've had some downs, we've learned some lessons. We've learned a lot over the last week, so that's actually pretty good. Um, I know you're like, what have you been trading? I have been trading stocks, so I'm not trading like cryptocurrency or nothing like that. I've been trading stocks. Um, Make a note to myself the stocks that I've been trading. So I actually did a trade of stock ticker symbol NIO. That was actually my very first trade, and I was literally just trying to teach myself how to enter and exit a trade. So on that particular trade, I put in for a call. If I'm not mistaken, the price of the stock was at like $4 and some change, and I put in a call option to buy, betting that the stock would go up. And I think my particular price was that I was going to bet that it was going to go up to $6.50. Why did I bet that? I don't know. At that point, I didn't know anything, and I was just like, I'm gonna enter a trade for the sake of it, entering a trade. If you guys know anything about ticker symbol NIO, then you know that that did not get to that level of $6.50. So yeah, 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 that smelled bad. So yeah, so actually this particular trade, I did not risk a lot on it. It was only a $2 call option, so that's a good thing. Now, what other things have I been trading? After I put in this trade, I kind of went crazy as far as trading, guys. I just was like, I can do it, I can do it, I can do it. So somebody that I have been watching has been telling me about the ticker symbol PLTR. So I was like, okay, I've been listening to people talk about it. I kind of have an understanding on how that particular stock is doing. So I decided I was going to go ahead and put in um, a trade on ticker symbol PLTR. Now, with PLTR, I entered a trade. I did. Um, I don't remember what the what the price was when I first entered that trade, but I entered a trade. It was a call option. I bought a call option, betting that PLTR would actually go up. Um, Thank you so much. Yeah, I was betting that PLTR would actually go up, and it actually did. So I put in $85. I jumped pretty big. I put in $85 on PLTR, and I turned my $85 into $92. That was my very first trade that I actually entered, and exited. I am doing great. Thank you so much, y'all. Um, so yeah, I entered the trade and exited it, and I made money. That was a big deal for me. So now, I was able to have increase my belief in this whole trading thing. I'm like, oh my God, I got in, I made money. Ooh, look at me, I can do this, right? So when I turned the $85 into $92, I said to myself, well, since it worked, why not do it again? So that's exactly what I did. I put in, now that was like the end of my first day trading. I bought NIO for $2, betting that it would go up. And then I put in a trade for PLTR, betting that it would go up, and won. Now I'm talking about this is an eventful day. So I won, and then I put in another trade. So instead of taking my profit, what I did is I just, since I won nine, I turned 85 into 92. I took $95 and put in another trade on PLTR, betting that the stock price would go up. All right, so that was the end of my first day trading. Next day I wake up, stock market is open. I feel like a major trader because I want to trade, right? So I wake up early in the morning and I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm doing this. Let me get my stocks, my charts open. And because one thing with Robinhood, they have created this thing called Robinhood Legend, where you're able to break down your charts. Like it's a whole platform. It's where you're just able to look at your charts. You're able to add your options or whatever you're trading into the charts. And it's like this whole platform that I don't even understand why it's free, but I'm happy that it is. But anyway, so I opened up my Robinhood Legend and I sat down for the day looking at PLTR. As I'm looking at PLTR, the stock price was soaring up. So the night before, when I put that 95 in, I bet that PLTR was going to get to 75. Lo and behold, not even 2, 3 hours into the trading day, the stock price actually jumped up to 75. And I told myself, look at your option trade. And I took my look at my option trade, and that the way where it was is that I had a profit. My total profit was $138. I ain't gonna lie to you, I went ahead and sold that contract. So now I done took 85 to 92, reinvested, put 95 in, and I've turned it into $138. So now I'm just like over the moon. And both of the trades so far that I won was on PLTR. So I'm like, I'm over the moon. I'm super excited. So let me tell you what I did. After I won that trade that morning, it's a lot of day left. Here I go looking at other stocks thinking, if I can do this with PLTR, then I can do this with anything. And I started entering trades like nobody's business. I entered I entered a trade for a ticker VTI, and at that time I think VTI was sitting around 301, and I was betting that it was going to go up to 305. Yes, I did a call for 305. Um, and yeah, I was like, yeah, I'm on to this. All right, so after I did that, um, I think I may have ended the trading day there. But that next morning, the next day, the next trading day, um, I got up and um, I was just feeling real good. So I was like, okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to enter another trade for PLTR. All right. And I think I was going to bet that it was going to go up to like $78 or something. So I entered this other trade for PLTR, betting that it would go up to $78. Then I was looking at Google and I noticed that Google was falling, like the stock price was falling. And y'all, I believe this was Friday. All this happened on Friday. So I got up, I bet on PLTR that it was going to go up. I saw that Google stock price was falling. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to put a bet on the downside. And this was my first time betting on the downside. So I bet on the downside that Google would go down. I believe Google was at like 190 that on Friday or something like that. But anyway, I had bet that it would go down. Then I got a bright idea. So I was like, hold on, how about I also bet that Google would go up? So, like, just a little bit, like that it would go up to 192. So I had a bet that Google was going to go down to 190, and my break even price was like 189, and then I bet that it would go up to 192, and I believe my break even price was like 192.35 or something. So here I am. I got a bet on the upside with Google. I got a bet on the downside with Google. I have a bet on PLTR that it was going to go up. No, did I stop there? I did not. I said, you know what? Let me do the same thing with PLTR. So I had bet that PLTR would go up originally. That was my first trade for the day. And I decided that I was going to bet on the downside as well. So if PLTR went up or down, I would still make money. Now, tell me why. I was just doing way too much, y'all. I was doing way too much. And the all of those trades. So at this point I have PLTR, I have VTI, I have another PLTR, and two Google trades. That's five trades in one day, closing on the same day. If I don't tell you, I was like totally wigged out. For this to be like my third or fourth day even trading, I totally wigged myself out, and I was just watching those charts like eagle eye over here. Okay, and the thing is, long story short, I lost all but one trade that day. I lost both trades on Google. Okay, I lost both trades on Google. One of them, the one that it was, I bet that it was going down. It was getting like within 2 hours of the market closing time, and I decided to just sell that trade. I just was like, I don't know, I'm losing anyway. Let me not lose my whole investment. Let me just sell this trade, and it ended up selling. Um, and I lost Google on the upside, so I lost both Google trades that day. I also lost on VTI. I bet it they was going to go to 305, but honestly, I was at this time I was holding VTI for about 3 days or so, and I promise you it did not move. It was going up like $1 down, $2 up, $2 down, like it evened out to the point where it was not moving past like 300. So it didn't even get back to 301. So I totally lost on VTI. The NIO, I lost on that too. But hey, that was my very first trade. So I kind of like thought, already knew I was going to lose on that. And then, yeah, PLTR, I actually won one trade of that on Friday. So I bet that it was going to go up, and I bet that it was going to go down. I won that trade on the upside. But because I had four other trades going that day where I did not do my technical analysis, I was just jumping and hopping into the trades for the sake of it. Just thinking that I just knew what I was doing, like I could just call it because I was a wizard. And I lost four of my five trades on Friday. So now I have lost more than what I've invested. And I'm like, oh my God, oh my God. And not only that, tell me why with Robinhood, my account got flagged for pattern day trading. So pattern day trading is um, when you enter four uh, or more trades within 5 days or something like that. So yeah, when you do that, your account can get flagged for pattern day trading. So my account, I'm talking about, I wake up, I think it was like Saturday morning, and I have this email saying your account has been flagged for pattern day trading. And I saw the warnings. I just thought that, they as I was doing all that trading on Friday, they kept giving me warnings. They were like, warning, if you enter this trade, you'll be flagged. Warning. But I did not think that it applied to my account. Because in my mind, I thought that I had what we call a cash account on Robinhood. Guys, we're going to break down all these terms in other videos. But I thought I had a cash account on Robinhood. Come to find out, I have a margin account on Robinhood. And when you have a margin account, you cannot trade more than 4 trades within a 5 day period, or you will be flagged as a pattern day trader. When you are flagged as a pattern day trader, at that point, you have to deposit $25,000 in your account in order to continue trading. So when they flagged me, I was like, oh my God, like where am I gonna get $25,000 to deposit into this account? And lo and behold, thank God, they gave me one more chance. So there was a an option to remove the flag. And yeah, so I chose, hey, you know what? I'm gonna remove the flag, right? So I removed the flag, and they were like, this is like your get out of jail free card, right? So now, um, still on Saturday, I decided to enter another trade, and that's what we're gonna talk about today. The trade that I'm currently in. I mean, I'm just doing the most. I ain't gonna lie, I'm doing the very most. I'm trying to learn a lot of lessons real fast. I don't advise my methods, but I am learning, and my losses are manageable. I'm not putting in like more than what I can afford to lose, so my losses are pretty manageable. Um, but yeah, so things are actually going pretty good. So fast forward to today. I beat the bullet on a pattern day trading. I got my get out of jail free card. I entered a trade, um, and I'm actually considering whether I want to continue to stay in a margin account or if I want to just go down to a cash account. I'm thinking it's going to make the most sense for me to operate in a cash account because you have unlimited day trading. And the way I like to just enter these trades, I need to make sure I'm not flagged no more, or I need to go ahead and get that 25,000 and then play with the big dogs. But for right now, like I don't have that, but I do like to make all my trades often. Now, another thing I'm thinking is, hey, don't make trades so often. Why don't you just don't make trades so often? Do like 2 a week, like 2 really good plays a week. Keep your margin account and just fly like that. So I'm trying to make a decision where I want to go down to a cash account so I can enter as many trades as I want, or do I want to just slow down in my trading and do like two, a week, and just kind of just ride on a margin account. Why would I want the margin account? The only reason why is because when I win those trades, I can use that money. Let's just say I like when I put the $95 in and I won $138, where I'm able to use that $138 immediately and use it for another trade or whatever I want to do like that. So that's the benefit of having the margin account. I am not borrowing on margin. When you have a margin account, you're able to like basically borrow money for your trading purposes. I'm not using it for that purpose. So, the only purpose I'm using it is so I can reinvest my earnings immediately, and I don't have to wait one full trading day in order for my money to settle. But I am thinking it's gonna make more sense for me to go to down to a cash account until I like figure my life out. So I am gonna do that. Fast forward to today. We have invested into PLTR again. If you have been keeping up, guys, we won so far. We have invested into PLTR two, three, 4 times. So out of the 4 times that we've invested into PLTR, we have won 3 of our 4 trades. Okay, so we are operating at a 70% win rate. And PLTR seems like it is a stock that I understand. It's something that I understand and that I can actually win it. I've won 3 out of 4 trades. And the one that I lost is when I bet on the downside. It was that day where I was just like, going trading crazy, but I've learned to, not skip out on my analysis and, just do a better job. So I'm actually looking at PLTR right now. Um, I'm going to let y'all take a look at what's going on the charts. All right, so here we go. This is okay. So guys, I'm gonna put the link to Robinhood in the video. If you go back to like my last few videos, you'll see the link to Robinhood. You guys can sign up for Robinhood, okay, for free. It's like a free app. And when you decide to fund your account, meaning add some money to it, you're gonna get free stocks. You don't have to do it now. You can go ahead and use the link and sign up, get your account open. And when you use my link and open your account, and then when you decide to fund that account, meaning put some money like buy a stock or something, you guys are gonna get free stocks. I get free stocks and you get free stocks. And they actually let you pick the stock that you want. So once you fund your account, let's say you use my link and you signed up for Robinhood, after you fund your account, it's gonna say like here's $5 free, and then you can choose whether you want to put that in Telsa or you want to put that in PLTR, or you want to put that in wherever you want to put it. Anyway, I'm looking forward to my free stock. So guys, y'all make sure y'all go on my last few videos and get that Robinhood link and sign up for Robinhood ASAP. Some more helpful links on there as well. Anyway, fast forward to what I am doing today. All right. Today I decided to just kind of take it easy. Actually, no, I put this trade in on I believe Saturday. So I am trading PLTR. That's our ticker symbol right there. Um, I have a current trade in betting that PLTR will go up. Now, the difference in what I've been doing and what I'm doing now on this particular trade, I actually have some time. So I I'm not like closing this trade out today. So my expiration date on this particular option is on January the 3rd. Okay, so I have 2 weeks and about 4 days before this particular trade expires. Now, this is our current price, 73.04. This right here is what happened when the market opened this morning. So this is like, all this is like, because the market is not open over the weekend. So all of this right here is as the market was closed over the weekend. Okay. This morning, if I'm not mistaken, yeah. So this morning, the stock price, actually on Friday, the stock price was like $76 and change. Hold on. Yeah, it was more so like right about here. It was like 76.50. So does this is this Friday right here, the 13th? Oh, that's the 16th. This is the 1 day chart. All right. So anyway, the market ended at 76.50. When the market opened, it was actually trending upward, right here. So the stock price this morning on this particular stock was over here. Let me see. We're in a little entanglement. Let me untangle some of this. Turn on my light again so y'all could probably see what's going on. Actually, this is what we're going to do. We're going to make this chart just a little bit smaller so it can kind of just really be in the screen. Now, this is the Robinhood Legend program I was telling you guys about, where you can actually chart your positions and all of that. Anyway, we're trading PLTR. This is our current price. This is where it was. This is where it was this morning. And as I go up and down, let me see. All right. So it was about at like about 75.89 or so. 75.82 this morning. It shot all the way up, guys. It shot all the way up to about $77 and some change. Now, I knew that this stock was going to shoot up rather quickly because it is on an upward trend. We can look at the week. As you can tell, for the week, our highest price was about $80.60. No, 81. So $81 and some change was right. Let's see if we can focus in. Yeah. So $81 and some change is the highest that it's been for the week. If we look at, let me see, our 1 month chart. I did already mark this chart up. We can see that it is on a upward trend. And this is where it hit like $81 and change. Now, once it hit 81, it did get some resistance. So that's where it starts to trend a little bit downward. Now, I made money on this trend upward to 81. This is where I won my first 2 trades. So, yeah. Then it started to trend down. Now, I'm currently betting that this price right here is going to get to 105. So I have a call option for 105 expiring on January the 3rd. That's our 1 day chart. So yeah, this morning got all the way up here to about 77. 77.82 or so. Okay. After that, here we get right here in the red, we're able to start seeing some resistance. Okay. So this resistance brought this stock price down to where it's at now, which was like around actually brought it down a little further to like 71. So yeah, it hit 71. Went all the way down from 71. This morning it went to 77 and dropped all the way down to 71. And yeah, so it's been going kind of like sideways, not too much change since then. It's been just playing between 72 and some change and 73 and some change. Now, I bet that this price is going to go all the way up again to 105. I'm doing my best to kind of like do my technical analysis. Y'all let me know if y'all agree with that. If there's any traders in here, I have a 105 call that expires on the 3rd of January. I bet that it's going to get to 105. This price is going to go from 72 now to 105. It was at 77 this morning, right here. And now it just shot down. The highest that it's been this week is 80. So the reason why I have my 105 call is because the whole stock is in an upward trend. It's in an upward trend for the month. I did draw my lines. So this is kind of like our high point to our next high point right here. And I mean, it's just going to keep going up. That is what I predict. The actual stock, even though it's doing some dipping and stuff, is still having an upward trend. Now, it did have some resistance at 80 because that was an all-time high. So what I'm thinking is that because that was an all-time high, the resistance that it is dealing with right now is totally expected. But I also expect for it to go, it to work its way out of this resistance, which it looks like it is. It's working its way out of the resistance. We have another high right here. Was that the high for this morning? Let me see. That was, I believe that was, hold on. Yeah, that was this morning. Hold on. Hold on. That was probably over the weekend. Okay, that's good. It actually got to 79 on the weekend, but you know, you cannot trade those numbers because the stock market is not open on the weekend. But it did get to 79, so that's actually pretty decent. This high right here, okay, yeah. So yeah, this resistance is working its way out, and I'm believing that it's going to continue to go up. And based off of this trend line right here, I'm betting that it's going to continue to go up. Now, 80 was our all-time high on this stock. So that's why we got the resistance and we're working our way off of that. I think we're going to get another all-time high real soon. Now, how soon? Again, y'all, I've been trading for like a week or two, so I'm not an expert, but I believe we're going to get another all-time high. And what I mean by all-time high, I think it's going to pass its current all-time high of like 81, 82. And if I could say, I would say like another 2 or 3 days. And yeah, y'all hold me on that and let's see if that happens. That will put us to what day? That will put us to like the 20th. So I believe by Friday, this week, we should see another all time high. This last all time high was on the 9th. Today is the 16th. So that's about 6 days out. So yeah, I think we're gonna see another all-time high in about 4 to 6 days. And once we do, I believe that we're gonna it's gonna do the same thing it did here. Because it was an all-time high, it's gonna come down and the stock price is gonna come down and it's gonna work its way through that resistance. And what I mean by resistance, I mean a pull downward. The force pulls downward. And what's happening is like because it's at an all-time high, like right here at 80, what actually is happening is that people are selling this stock. Just think about it. If you were holding this stock all the way up to its all-time high, you might say, "Oh my God, now it's worth more than what I bought it, and let me go ahead and sell it off for profit." So people took profit, and that's why it dropped down. But now this stock is also still very strong. People are still investing in it. So let's look at what it's doing for the day. Um, One of my points. Okay, let's try to find a resistance point for the day. Let's do some technical analysis. And I'm not the best at this, but I am learning because who I'm finna make a lot of money with this trading, and you know we're gonna have to get this down. And I don't think it's beyond my brain. Okay, all right. So um, actually, before we do that, let me actually show you guys how what I've learned as far as like reading charts. Sorry, because I don't want you guys totally lost now. All right, so I have this. This is actually the bet that I'm doing that I was telling you about, and it's supposed to say 40 right here. So we bet it on PLTR. That's the stock that we were just looking at. That's the ticker symbol PLTR. All right, so I paid $40 for this. So I mean, I'm not a lot if it does. Thing with the trading options, you either lose everything or you win. So you have to like not put in more than what you're willing to lose. And $40, I mean, it doesn't hurt the bank right now. So this is our stock that we're trading. This is our expiration, which is the third. We are betting that it's going to go from this now, which is like 73. It started at 77 this morning and it went down to like 71. Now it's at 73. The highest that it's been for the week is 80. We're betting that it's going to get to 105 by the third. When on Friday, it was at 76.34. I guess I can enter today. Let's see where it's at now. We'll just give it that price for today. And we won't change this again until like tomorrow, since we're holding this anyway too. So today it is at 72.99. So let's write in today's price so we have like an understanding of kind of like what it's doing for the day. All right. On particular this particular stock, our break even price is 105.39. I'm still understanding what break even means, but when I do my simulation, like when I simulate my possible returns, basically break even seems like where we make a lot of money. There's some real words to what it's supposed to mean, but that's basic, like if we're betting at us getting to like 105, break even is like you made it, I guess. And then if it gets past that, you make a lot more money. I don't know. We'll do a simulation so you guys can kind of see what I mean. But yeah, I'm a new trader, so I don't know all this. The delta is 0.06. Now the delta is pretty low on this. The delta is the probability that it will act, well, no, it's not the probability it'll get there. It's actually the price that you're gonna get per $1 once you're in the money. Anyway, what most traders are saying is that you want a delta of at least 50. So if I'm looking at my delta, this is not a good play. But hey, we are in it and we're gonna ride it. Now we were talking about the graphs. How to spot a trend change, okay, on the charts. Now we're gonna start with how to spot a downward trend. All right. So these are particular possible movements in the charts. Okay. So one way to spot that the chart or the price is going to go down is to look for a trend called the lower low forms first. So in this particular instance, we have a high followed by a low, followed by a higher high, followed by a higher low, followed by a high high, followed by a higher low, followed by a higher high, and then a lower low. That's what it means by the lower low forms first. Okay. The next way to spot a downward trend is the lower low and lower high. So you have a high followed by a low, followed by a higher high, followed by a higher low, followed by a higher high, followed by a higher low, followed by a higher high, and then you have that lower low, right? And then you have a lower high. So that's why it's called lower low and lower high. It's basically this chart right here with that lower low, but you also have a lower high. And then you go on into your downward trend. All right, so the third way to spot a downward trend is you have a high followed by a low, followed by a high, followed by followed by a higher high, followed by a higher low, higher high, and then you have a higher low, and then you have the lower high. So, and then it trends on the way down. So that's how you can spot that the price is going to go down. It's called the lower high forms first. Then I have my chart right here, and it says the higher high forms first. So on this one, it's basically how to spot that the price is going to go up. So you have a high followed by a low, followed by a higher high, followed by a lower low, followed by a lower high, followed by a lower low, followed by a lower high and lower low. And then here you have the higher high. That's what it means by a higher high transfer. So once you see this type of trend, now you know that the price will possibly just soar high, more higher, right? The next way to spot a higher upward trend in price is you have a high followed by a low, followed by a lower high, then a lower low, lower high, lower low. Then you have the higher high that trends. That's the first indication. A next indication is that you have a higher low, and then it goes on into an upward trend. All right. So lastly, we have the higher low forms first. So you have a high followed by a low, followed by a lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, higher low. So when you see that higher low, that can also be an indication that the you're gonna have an upward trend change. So guys, this is how I've charted my charts. I have this here as a guide. So when I'm over here looking at the actual charts, I can actually, with some certainty or some type of analysis, say what type of trend should I expect from these stocks. Now, I, it might be easier to look at right here. Like, okay, so we have a high followed by a low, followed by a lower high, followed by a lower low, and then the higher high trends first. And that type of trend, based off of this chart, then we should have seen an upward like trend, but yet it went down. That is different. It's a little contrary. That also probably lets me know that this stock is going to shoot back up really soon. That is probably why it is kind of like trending sideways, like there is not much change right here. I think that is because we should expect a bull run up, like, and it's probably going to be fast. But yeah, but if we were to just look at this, even though it's not much change, you know, I would say we have a low. Hold on, this is just a straight low, low followed by a high, but this is followed by a higher low, right? This is a low and this is a higher low, so it's a higher low followed by a lower high. I think that is a little bit lower, and followed by a higher low again though, and then looks like maybe a higher high and a higher low. That trend says that even though it's trending straight, that it's still going to an upward trend. So I see this graph right here, this low followed by a high, followed by a higher low, followed by a lower high, lower low, and then the higher high. It's kind of like mixed, but the higher high shooting up like that, I would think that it was supposed to go higher. But if we look at this is this between right here, this is a downward trend. So I think this shot up like this because the stock market had just opened up, and the stock actually needed to regulate, but it's really was on a downward trend. Now I'm seeing indications that we are going to go to an upward trend. Right now is 10:38, so I'll check these charts again. Um, I'll say like around 12. Give it about an hour and a half and see if this right here is going to take us either lower, which I don't think it's going to take us lower. I think it's going to take us higher. Now, let me see. Since we had such a downward trend, what we need to do is actually map our resistance zones. And our resistance zones, to my understanding, is going to be our two lowest lows, which right now, I'm going to go ahead and put a line in this chart. Let me see. Where are my lines? All right, so I'm going to put a trend line right here because, okay, this actually went a little lower, but I would say this is a low, and these might be our two lowest lows. So this might be our resistance zone, and we can watch this to see if it goes below this number. Now, seeing it is trending like sideways, I don't expect it to get back down here anymore. I think the market just did a correction because the market had just opened. It was already really trending. If you see right here, it was already trending down. The stock market opened right here. So I think a lot of people just came in and sold off some stocks real quick, and that's why it went. It was going up, but it was already trending down. It's just that people had to come in and place their sales because they see that the stock is up, so they want to go ahead and capitalize on that price. But it was trending downward. I'm guessing that this is our resistance zone. So I'm guessing that the stock should not drop below this zone, at least for right now. And that zone is at 7246. So we're going to watch this chart and see if we're right. If we are, good deal. We're learning. And I am looking forward to our next upward trend. So I'm looking forward to our next upward trend so that we can map the charts and kind of see, just kind of see how that looks. And because we're learning how to spot a trend change. So I have this on our 5 minute charts. So okay, this is a good time to talk about this. Okay, so what I've learned so far is like these are called candles. Okay, and I'm not sure if I'm right as far as calling one of these a doji candle. To be honest, I think right here is the doji candle, or like I don't know. Anyway, what I have learned is that when you have a full candle like this, right? We'll just work on this one right here. Like when you have a big candle like this, like a full candle, not one of these like little short ones. When you have like a big full candle that actually has a body, the next candle, if it cannot get past 50%, then the trend is gonna that trend is gonna go down. If it can get past 50%, it's gonna trend upward. So in this case, we have this body of a candle. This price has gotten past 50%. Okay, so like this is our example. This is a full body of a candle. If it cannot go past 50% right here, then it's gonna trend downward. If it can get past 50%, it's gonna spot an upward trend. So right here, look at this. They're almost like the same size. So this one has gone over 50%. So my my bet is that our next candle is gonna go a little higher than what this one is. This one is at 72.90. It's still working. So we're gonna let this one work and we're gonna see if our next candle goes above that one. And the way we're gonna know, another cheap way to know is looking at this. This is the resistance. I mean, this is like the yeah, I guess let me see the this is the momentum right here. This is what I call the momentum down here. So if it's green, that's a momentum upward, and you can see that upward trend. If this momentum is down, that means basically it lost that 5 minute block, and it came down. But if it like these this is a 5 minute graph. So we have 1 day and 5 minutes. So this lets us know for that 5 minutes, the resistance. I mean the momentum was pushing it down. For these next 15 minutes, the momentum was pushing upward, but it didn't get up much. And then you have 10 minutes of the momentum pushing it down, followed by 10 minutes of the momentum pushing it up. Now, even we don't look like we're seeing much change right here. When we look at the momentum, we see more green than red, also indicating an upward trend. So there's like multiple ways where we can indicate an upward trend. We can look at the momentum down here and just be like, okay, I see more green than red. We can point a resistance zone and say, okay, because these are our lowest 2 points, then the stock price shouldn't drop below that. We can look at the candle and we can see, okay, this if it gets past 50%, it's gonna continue up. If it doesn't get past 50%, it's gonna go down. So this gave us a green momentum because it got past 50%. All right. Now it's going to try to come down. Now, if it can't get past 50%, it's going to continue to go up. So there's like multiple ways that we can spot an upward trend. I am perfecting my upward trends. Even though I'm learning the downward trends, my goal is to perfect my upward trends so that I can move with the stock prices as it goes up. I want to get really good at putting my bets in that things are going to go up, but I want my technical analysis to support my position. So I'm not just guessing out here. All right. So that's what we're working on right now. We're working on having our, because I'm betting that this next chart right here, this one, that it's gonna go green. And it did. Look, it's going green. Now, why is it going green? It's going green because the momentum, like right here on this candle, it cannot go past 50%. If it was able to go past, if the price was going to be able to push down past 50%, then this would go down. Also, we have a resistance zone right here. Our resistance zone is telling us that the price ain't going no further than this anyway. Look how close that is. It has no choice but to go up. So if I was betting in the market, which I'm not betting right now on like this particular price, I could make some money on this upward trend because I'm able to use my technical analysis to tell me that this is going to continue to go up for a little bit. Now, the good thing about trading is like you can make money within like you can be in that trade for like a minute or two and still profit. So that's the good thing about trading. It don't take a long time. You can hop in and hop out. We call it the sniper move. You can hit a sniper move, snipe your profits, and jump out. All right, so let's keep with our technical analysis. All right, so we won on this candle. So after we said it was going to go up, and the reason why it went up is because the price could not push it down past this 50% level of this candle. For instance, this is a downward candle, this red one. This price going upward on this candle was able to get past 50%. If you can see, they're almost the same size, but you can tell that this small uh, green one is higher than 50% of this red one. That's why the momentum pushed up. And the reason why this one is going up, and this one is not done, but it doesn't look like it's going to be able to push below 50%. That means that this little line right here will have to go at least right here half to this candle. So you can see that it's not there. It's actually a little bit higher. That's why this is going to continue to go up. So, yeah. But honestly, the momentum on either side is not a lot. So, overall, this graph is just trending sideways. It's not like big swings up and down, like this, like it's been doing the rest of the day. It's like trending sideways. I hope y'all can see that. It's because the momentum is not a lot. People are buying and selling around the same time. They're kind of like evening out the market. Now this one might be a red candle because it's starting to get to 50% of the green one. So I just bet for like the next few hours it's gonna trend sideways, which is not usual for this particular stock. This one does kind of like big swings. Um, while this is doing sideways, let's take a look at this is what it's been doing for the day. So this is where it's at now. Right here, this is like now in the minute. Um, the stock opens at 8:30 Central. When the stock opened, this is where it was. And this is what it's doing now. Bunch of nothing going sideways. Now, what we're normally used to from this stock, which I guess this is a little upward trend. It was not going totally sideways here, but it's not much change here too. So That is, we're still on the 1 day chart. Let's look at what it's been doing for the week so y'all can see what I'm talking about. So you see, like it goes up, 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 up. It doesn't really do much of sideways trends. Like like right here, this is for today. You can see it's just a cluster. Like you can't even really see a trend. But it normally does big swings, like from the 80 when it was at 80, it went down. Even when it's in a resistance zone, it does like bigger swings. So I don't know what this is trying to tell us. It's definitely telling us that this stock is trying to regulate. Was whether it's trying to regulate up or down. It looks like it's trying to regulate up, to be honest. Um, Again, this is our resistance zone, so this is our new resistance zone. It should not go no further than down than this, at least for right now. So it really don't have nowhere to go but up. So anyway, let's do our technical analysis. So like it's like this is our downward candle. Honestly, that momentum wasn't a lot. Even though it pushed downward for that 5 minute interval, it wasn't a lot. So all this candle has to do, this green one, it has to go up at least 50%. If it can get over 50%, this is gonna turn into a green candle. If it can't get over 50%, this one is gonna be a red candle. But if we notice, the candles are getting shorter and shorter. So this sideways trend is actually going to end pretty soon. It's going to have to pick whether it wants to go down further or up, and I'm betting it is going to go up. So now this ticker is PLTR, which is Palantir. I honestly don't know a lot about the company as far as like I know it's a tech company, but I don't really know a lot about like what is going on like in the real world with this company. Sometimes you can know what's going on like in the real world with the company, so you can have an understanding. So like let's just say I don't know, they're in some type of trouble. Well, along with your technical analysis as far as learning how knowing how to read your trends, you can also say, well, maybe because they're going through this trouble in the real world that it's going to push the stock price down. Or maybe because, or let's just say they're thriving. They just put out a new product that's just like beyond this world. Well, you can say, oh, they have a new product going on, so you know the economy is taking like favorable to this new product, so therefore it might push the price upward. So I might start studying what's going on with the company, but I don't want to distract myself from the technical analysis right now. So I'm just gonna learn the charts on this particular one. But hey, if you guys know anything that's going on with Palantir, feel free to like put it in the comments. Like what's going on, good, bad, or if nothing's going on, you can put it in the comments if you just want to like educate us about like what's going on with the company. All right, so um, yep. So for the last 10 minutes, so these are 5 minute blocks. So well, this was not done. So we've been downward trend for 5 minutes, upward trend, downward trend. Now the downward, you can tell is a little higher than the upward momentum. So who knows? It might be pushing downward, but it's still going sideways, and this is our resistance zone. So it's really nowhere for it to actually go, if that makes sense. But up, but it's trending sideways. So when it's gonna go up, I'm not sure. Like I said, it was at 76 um, on Friday. It entered the market at 77. It went down to 71. I would say that if it does go up, It's going to go up to like 74 and 75, and it's going to come back down. Because anything that goes up must come down. So it's going to come back down just so it can regulate. And then I think it's going to take 75, and that may be our shoot to 80. So I would say it's gonna go up whenever it does. Right now it's going sideways. So I don't know if it's gonna do this all day or whatever. But whenever it does go up, I'm betting it's gonna go up to 75, and then it's gonna come back down. Now we have a call that this is gonna get to 105. But that we're betting that to happen by January the 3rd. So I don't think it's gonna get to 105 this week. I think it may get to 80 this week. And then when it gets to 80, it's going to come back down. But it's not going to come back down as long as it's been down now. I think it's going to come back down maybe for like a day or two. And then it's going to surpass 80. And that's what we're going to start seeing an upward trend on the way to 100 plus. Y'all can call me on that if I'm right. Y'all can call me on that if I'm wrong. But that's my analysis. But hey guys, yeah, we're having so much fun. Oh, thank you, fisherman. Yeah, so like we're in this thing, and I do have a call on Palantir, so I'm in the market. I made my trade. Um, Again, I'm a very new trader, guys. Like I've been trading for like 2 weeks, so like I learned fast, but I am new. So I made a lot of mistakes on Friday. I was telling you guys how I made like not on Palantir necessarily. On Friday, I bet that it was gonna go up, and it did, and I won that trade. So far on this particular option, on this particular on Palantir, I've won three out of my four trades. Uh, I'm gonna call you fisherman. So I've won three out of my four trades, fisherman. The only one I lost is because I bet that it was gonna go down. Um, I was trying to be superwoman. I was like, I'm gonna make money on the upside and I'm gonna make money on the downside. So I put in two trades. One betting that it was gonna go up, and one bet it was going to go down, and they both expired on the 13th, on Friday. So I was trying to make money on both ends of this in one day, and that's where I went wrong. I should have just went with my analysis that was showing me that it was going up, and just kept that bet in. But no, I bet it on the downside too, and I lost on the downside. Now, if somebody was to come in this morning and bet on the downside, because honestly, I saw this happening. I saw this happening right here. This downward trend that we in. I saw that happening. I saw that happening on Friday. That's why I bet it on the downside. Anyway, I saw that happening, but the way I bet it, it didn't get down enough for me to win that trade. Because let me see, what was I betting on? I was bet okay. My call was for 78. 78, yeah. And I won that trade because it got to like 76 or something on Friday. All right, so I won the upside. I think I bet to the downside. I don't know. It had to be like 73 or something. And I saw it coming. I was right. It did come down. And this is the very next trading day, because Friday is a trading day, and then you don't trade over the weekends, and Monday is the very next trading day. I saw this happening. The thing is, my analysis was not where it needed to be, because the downward trend needed some time. The market needed to regulate from the high that I betted on, which I won. It did go close to 88. I won a few dollars on that. Okay, that's good. The thing is, I did not take into the account the time that it was going to need to regulate in order to go down further, if that makes sense. So, for instance, over the weekend, if we look right here, over the weekend, even like the night, like since midnight, It's been doing a lot of regulation. This trade has been doing a lot of little regulations, ups, downs, la 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 la. The market open, it shoots up. Why it shoots up? Because people are coming into the market buying and selling at the same time. But a lot of people was waiting for it to get to a certain price. And 77 is a good price. You know, the all-time high on PLTR was 80. So yeah, if you see it get to 77, all the people that missed selling 80 is definitely going to want to sell at 77. So this morning, they just decided to sell. And that's what brought it down. But it was already in a downward trend. But my point is, it did a lot of regulating to even drop down this far to 71 like it did, like almost immediately this morning. Now, what is it doing again? It's regulating. But I believe it's regulating towards an upward trend. So that's what we're doing. We are watching, guys. I hope this video is not like too boring or whatever, but we are watching and learning about trends. We're learning about trends. It's not necessarily about placing bets. Honestly, I wouldn't place no bet on Palantir. Like if you're trying to get in like right now, I don't know what you see because I can't see upwards or down. I can see that it's gonna go upwards. I think it's gonna go up before the end of today. So if I was to place a bet, it would be upward because this is my resistance zone. It's not gonna get below here. Okay, it's not gonna get below here. So that's one thing we do know, and it's been showing. It's not gonna get below there. It don't have nowhere to go but up. So if I was to place a bet, it would be upward. It would be upward, and I wouldn't go too far up right now. Like I said, 75. I think it's gonna get to like 75 and go back down. Oh, I don't feel bad. I'm happy to lose this little money because guess what? I'm learning. Now, if I lost the money and I didn't learn nothing, that would be tragic. That would be tragic. But I'm also feeling good because I won 3 of my 4 times on Palantir. Now, the fisherman, that's what I did. 3 or 4 times I won on Palantir. On Friday, I put 2 bets of Palantir. Now I said I won one and I lost one. And I made my first loss on Palantir on that downward that we've been talking about. So I'm happy about that. But after that, I went crazy. I did the same thing on Google. I put in a trade on the upside that it was going to get to 192, and I put in the trade on the downside that it was going to get to 190, thinking that I was going to have Google by the balls, and then either way I was going to make money. Uh, Google did a flat line all day. It didn't really get upward to 192. It didn't even get really downward to like 189. It kind of just kept playing between like 190 and 191. I did not win. I lost both of those trades on Google. And then since Wednesday, I had a trade for VTI. Why did I put in that trade for VTI? Again, just hopping into trades, not really you putting any type of technical analysis in, not really understanding the charts on the chart. I just hopped into it, thinking, oh, I've been winning. Let me just hop into another one, and it may go the same way. It didn't. It did not. So yeah, I lost that VTI too. So far my losses have been on Google in both directions, on VTI to the upside, and one loss on Palantir to the downside. And then my wins have been 3 wins on Palantir to the upside. Telsa has been soaring like crazy. The thing is, I ain't got Telsa money right now. I can't play with Telsa right now. I can't play with Telsa right now because the where I can afford getting in on Telsa, it seems ridiculous. So like if I wanted to make a call on Telsa, like it seems like I would have to like bet like 800, and I don't think it's gonna get to 800 right now. Not right. I mean, but hey, it could, but I'm not too confident that it's gonna get that far up. So I want to bet in or at the money at Telsa, but those bets are like two, 300, $400 a piece right now. So like you know what? Watch me because I do got some things coming this week. I'm gonna jump in Telsa. I'm gonna jump in Tesla, just not right now. I'm gonna jump in Tesla probably this week. That might be my very next trade. So yeah, y'all keep watching, man, because it might be my very next trade is jump out here to jump into Tesla. But I'm gonna have to do my technical analysis on Tesla. Speaking of, let's bring Tesla up because honestly, why not? I would love to jump into Tesla, baby. If I'm gonna learn something, I love want to learn it on Tesla because if I'm not mistaken, Tesla's 1 year return is like over 100. Like, what is Tesla's 1 year return? We're gonna figure this out right now. All right, let's bring up. Okay, so yeah, this is Robinhood, y'all. I love Robinhood. Y'all need to get in Robinhood. Yeah, use my link from like one of my other videos, like my last video. And if you don't have a Robinhood account, grab a Robinhood account. It's free. Grab that Robinhood account, and as soon as you fund it, like buy a stock or something, you're gonna get free stocks. As long as you use my link, and we both gonna get free stocks. So yeah, help your girl get some more free stocks. You know, I'm gonna teach you something. I'm gonna learn you something with these stocks. Uh, all right, so let's take a look at Telsa. Let's bring the chart up for Telsa. Okay. And again, guys, I am a very new trader. I do learn fast now. I think I learned y'all something about at least this like Doge, these candles right here. If it doesn't get past 50%, it's gonna go down. If it does get past 50%, it's gonna go up. And that's just how you can like a short little break. Welcome back, everybody. We took a short little break and we're gonna take another one. So while we're taking this short break, I want y'all to sit here and check this chart on PLTR. I have to bring this light down a bit. Even though it casts a bit of a shadow, let's bring it forward but down. Okay. All right. We are looking at PLTR as our stock. We are invested. We have a bet going on that this price is going to get to 105. Our expiration date is January 3rd. Okay. The market when it opened, this is where the stock price was, and it shot downward. It shot down like pretty far down to like 71 and some change. I didn't even expect it to. Well, I did expect it to shoot down like that. But I'm happy that it happened because you know what that means? That means that we are in regulation season. Okay? It's finna sit here and play. Play, regulate, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down. And then I believe it's gonna go up. Of course, that's why I put a bet that the price is gonna go to 105. Okay. Now, I want y'all to go based off of what we left off at. And again, I'm a new trader, so I'm learning as I'm learning with you guys. Let's put this in for view. So, we were talking about these candles, and basically, we were talking about the on a full candle that has a body, there is a zone called the 50% resistance zone. So another way to predict a trend change is to look at this little line, this little bitty line is where the current price is going up and down. If it can't, if you have a body of like this is a downward momentum body, but a body. If the price can get up to 50% of that body, then it's gonna go up. If it cannot, then it's gonna go down. So we can look at this second candle over. It's green. We can see that this candle, and when you're gonna look at the not just the body of the candle, you want to look at the tip. Like think about a actual candle has like it has a wick, okay? So like this little tip did get to 50%, a little bit over 50% of this body of this candle. So therefore the price went up slightly. So the graph that we're in, we're doing 5 minute intervals on the 1 day chart. Okay, this is PLTR. All right, down $3.50. It literally went down $3.50 from like today, like this morning. That's a big sharp turn downward. My prediction is that it's gonna regulate. It's gonna do its little thing right here, and then it's gonna go up. So that's my prediction on this. Um, we won the last 5 minutes. It went up. Why? Because the price could not go below the 50% resistance zone of this candle right here. So therefore it went up. Check this out. Now that was a little spike upward just now. Especially since we've been just going sideways. We seeing a little spike, you know what I'm saying? We're also seeing, okay, so this is our resistance zone. It actually, the tip went down. It's a little further than our resistance zone, right? Now, guys, we are a new trader, so we just learning this stuff, and you know, if y'all have more experience, y'all can always just jump in and tell us what we looking at, or if we get things wrong or anything like that. But we're just learning. Um, and as I learn more, I'm gonna continue to come back to you guys, and we're gonna like talk about it, and anything that I've said that hasn't been right, we can disprove myself. But I'm happy to see this upward trend. Look at this. That is like good. That's some momentum. If we can tell, so like down here, I call this momentum zone. Okay, so you can tell like the downward momentum, the red ones are higher than the green ones. So it's like they have had a stronger momentum downward. That's what's pushing it down. But now, if you can see, we got one that's a little higher than these last ones right here. Meaning this is our strongest momentum up in the last like 20 or 30 minutes. So I'm happy to see that because my bet is that this is going to go up. I think it's going to go up to about 75 and come back down, and then it's going to shoot up. And I believe 75, up here at 75, so is going to be our new resistance zone, like period, going forward with this stock. So y'all work on this candle. I'm finna go take a break, go get some coffee, check out this candle. If it cannot get past this 50% of this little candle, then the price is going to continue to go up. And it doesn't even look like it wants to even try to come down. So the price is just going to go up because that's what it wants to do. Now, if it was giving us resistance, if it can't get past 50%, it's going to continue to go up. If it does get past 50%, it's going to go down. We've won the 5, 10, and now we're on the 15-minute momentum run. And we have been in the up for our momentums. So since the downward trend, we had like what, 15 to 25 minutes of an upward momentum, 5 minutes of a downward momentum, 15 minutes from upward momentum, 10 minutes on the downward momentum, 10 minutes on the upward, 5 minutes, and they've been playing like 5 minutes, 5 minutes. Then we got 10 minutes on the upward momentum, 10 minutes on the down, play, play, play. Now we got 15 minutes on the upward momentum. And we are actually seeing looks like we're coming into a new higher high. So we talked about the chart. Y'all can replay the video when you get a chance, but we did a look at this chart over there, how to spot an upward trend. And I guess since we are in one, we can take a look at this again. All right. All right, here we go. And I keep this chart up because I'm learning. This is how to spot a downward trend, but since I think we're going into an upward trend for sure, well, let's look at that. So this says how to spot a trend change on charts. All right, so one of the first ways to spot an upward trend is the higher high forms first. So on this chart, we have a high followed by a low, followed by a lower high. You see that this high is lower than that, followed by a lower low, followed by a lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, and then it goes way up. That's the higher high forms first. Now that's how you know it's gonna go off into an upward trend. Second way to spot an upward trend is the higher high and a higher low. So you have a high followed by a low, followed by a lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, higher high. Same way on this one. Only difference is next you have a higher low. That's how you know you have an upward trend going. Okay. Now, the last way is the higher low forms first. So you have a high followed by a low, high, low, higher, low, higher, lower, high, lower, low, lower, high, lower, low, lower, high, higher, low, higher than the last low. And that's how you know it's going to an upward trend. So let's see what we are looking at on Palantir, seeing that it is going into um, a trend change, obviously, is going up. Let's see, based off the graph, can we spot any three of those trends that we just learned on the chart that I just showed you? All right, so we're going to go from here. We have a high, followed by a low, followed by actually a lower high, followed by a higher low. So when we have a higher low, that's the third trend change. You have the higher low forms first. So that's the higher low. Because this was the low, this is the higher low. All right. Followed by, that's about the same. I'll say that's a lower high, followed by a lower low. That's the lower trend change. When you have the lower high and a lower low, it's going to trend lower, which it did. Now, even though this is not much difference, we have a high followed by a low, followed by a lower low. I mean, a lower high and a lower low. And then we have a higher high. So that was the third trend change right there. The higher high forms first. Where are we as far as price? We are at 73.24. No. I think we are going to get another resistance zone at 75. So I'm not sure if that's what's happening right now. I'm going to let y'all take a look at that. We're going to give y'all some light because it does get kind of dark. This light back up here. All right, so we on an upward trend. You know what goes up must come down, but there's momentum pushing this up. And hey, the high for the week is 80, so, and the high for the day is 77. So it's at 73. It has a lot of room to just go up. Based off of what we know about this, it going up is not out of the ordinary. I think if somebody put a call on this for like 74 or 75, that would be safe. A call at 75 or so, because we know it's going to go up. How far up? Today? Who knows? $77 was our high for the day, but that's when the market opened. It could regulate back up there. But if it does, it's going to drop. It's going to drop. So, I mean, a call at 74, maybe 75, I think could be okay. All right, so y'all check out this chart. Let's see if we win this 5-minute going upward. Again, this is our candle. So if the price cannot go below 50% of this candle, then the price is going to continue to go up. If it can go below this 50% candle, then it's going to trend back downward. All right, so after we take a look at this, we're gonna come back and just kind of take a look at Telsa, because that is the next, probably not, it probably ain't no probably. That's the next play that we're gonna jump in, and we're gonna be jumping a little bit higher than what we used to. You know, we're used to putting like 40, 80, 100 probably into a play. Telsa, those plays are a little bit more expensive, so this would be a good time for us to take a look at the charts and just kind of get an understanding of what Telsa is doing. And then again, I am a new trader, so I'm learning. You guys are kind of learning with me, or you know more than me. Either way it go, we're gonna take a look at Telsa in a little bit. So y'all look at this. I bet it's gonna win the 5 minute in the upward direction. Did you drive over separately? righty. All right. So, okay. Yep. Look like we won on the upward trend. Still going up. Uppity up, up, up. Like I said, my guess is 75. And I don't know if it's going to run to 75 right now, but my guess is that it's going to go to 75. And then it's going to drop. And we should see 75 become the new resistance zone, like between 74 and 75. So now that we got that out the way, let's check us out some Tesla. All right. Y'all let me know if this video feels like it's real long or whatever, but either way it go, we just here. We here in this thing. Might as well check out some things and make some plays, get ready to make some money on some of this stuff. Tesla's running up, but look, it's regulating. It looks like it's regulating, like it's going up and down. That's why I call it regulation, y'all. I don't have the terms of the industry just yet. It's just kind of like what I call things, but it looks like it's regulated. But it's what's weird about this, that it's regulating, but it did not do a reversal, like a downward trend, unless we consider this right here to be the downward trend. Let's see. It said, oh, y'all not even over here. I'm sorry. All right, so we're looking at Tesla. Let's put Palantir over here to the side a little bit so we can see more of Tesla. I'm not invested in Tesla. Not yet. We can, if y'all want, we can look at some call options for Tesla after we check out what's going on with Tesla. I'm not gonna play into Tesla right now. Maybe sometime later on in the week. But we got to understand what's going on with Tesla in order for us to trade on it. Because, we don't want to be guessing around here. All right, so Tesla went from, let's see, this is our lowest low. This is like our true resistance zone all the way down here. Even though it may be trying to establish one right here. But since I don't think this one is established, because you have like a low, and you don't have another low like at that lowest low. And neither do you have one here. You have a low, but we don't have another one at this low. So as far as here, we have one here, and then we will have one here. So let's go ahead and draw this line. Now it looks like we might be establishing a resistance zone up here. Oh, jeez. Yeah, I need it. Okay, up here. But it's not established. So we have this low, and then this one's coming down. So if it comes down a little bit more, we could probably establish a resistance zone right there. And then we have this low, and then we have this low. This looks like our true resistance zone right there. So we can probably safely say it's not finna get lower than that. So let's hit our line. Let's go ahead and mark up our Tesla chart. And, okay, one thing I learned from last week doing all that trading is probably just focus on one or two trade, like two stocks. Like, get really good at those. And, yeah. I think I want to play Tesla. Now, I'm going to have a little change to play Tesla. But Tesla's expensive, y'all. Is anybody trading Tesla? Tesla's expensive, man. I have a little change, but we gonna have to be like, we gonna have to bet. We gonna have to pray. We ain't gonna pray. We gonna pray, but we ain't gonna just put all our money into a prayer. That's why we're trying to. That's why we're not trying. We're actually analyzing these charts right here. Because when we do play on Tesla, we want to win. The goal is to win, right? The goal is to win. So it looks like this is our true resistance zone right here. So what is this price? That is 437. Right now, Tesla's playing is the current price is at 458. This zone is 437. So based off of this low and this low that it came down to, this is our resistance zone, meaning that the price is not going to get no lower than that. That's still a big swing. That's a big swing between 437 and 458. What do y'all think as far as like where y'all think Tesla gonna end the year at? Anybody got any predictions on Tesla? Like I said, PLTR, I think we're gonna be upward to like 100. We are at 73.54 right now. I think it's gonna be upward to 100 as far as PLTR. Where do we think Tesla is gonna end the year? Does anybody have any predictions on Tesla? Right now it's at 458 and climbing. Actually it's regulating. If we can see, it's like it was climbing. Now it's kind of doing like a little regulation. All right, so I haven't really been looking at Tesla. I've been seeing the upward climb. So let's take a look at the 1 week chart, and then we'll get down to what it's been doing today. All right, see, that's our little zone right there, and it is true resistance because look, it matches up with this low. So this is our resistance zone. It also matches up with this low right here. This low right there. So yeah, that might be the new resistance zone right there. 137. Got that already. Let's see what it's been doing this week. So what we'll do is we will draw another trend line. Okay. And we'll take this high right here. And we do see a natural trend upward, meaning that this thing could keep going. It could definitely keep going. I would say that Tesla is going to go over 500. Do anybody agree? I think Tesla would easily go over 500. Easily. I would bet that. I would call that. I would call that. I mean, look all the way down here. So this is we're on the 1 week chart, and it was, where are we at? 401, and it's at 458 now. That's like a 60%. I mean, not percent. That's a 60-point jump in 1 week. In 6 days, guys. Will it do another 50 jump in 6 days? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Okay? Like I said, we already drew this resistance on, and it looks like it's consistent. It's even consistent with this low. So this is a resistance zone. It's not getting past that 130 mark as far as going down. That's good. What else do we know? We know that it's in an upward trend. Okay, let's use our chart. Y'all, if y'all missed the chart analysis that we were doing right here, then y'all just gonna have to rewind the video and just kind of see what we were doing with the chart as far as like identifying upward and downward trends. All right, so let's just play this as if we are trying to identify a trend. We have an up, followed by a low, followed by a lower high, followed by a higher low. You choose any one of those for a higher low, followed by a higher high. That is going to indicate an upward trend. Okay? Start right here. We have a high, followed by a low, followed by a lower high, really, followed by a higher low. Lower high, higher low. Okay. A high, followed by a low, followed by a lower high, That should indicate a downward, hold on, a high followed by a low, followed by a lower high. Should indicate a downward trend, and I guess it did right here, as far as like right here. And then the higher high found formed first. That is indication of a trendward upward trend, which that's exactly what it's been doing. And then we're here. So we have a high followed by a low, followed by a higher high. That also is an indication towards an upward trend. So not only do we see that, okay, it started at, 401 this week, and now it's at 458, we can also back that up with our chart trends. We'll just go ahead and take a look at it. So these are these three ways is how you're gonna identify an upward trend. Okay, you have the higher high forms first. So you have a high followed by a low, followed by a lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, woo, higher high. Once you see something like that, that's how you know you're in an upward trend. For instance, let's see if we can spot that on this Tesla. I can spot it. Hold on, let's see if there's a better place. Okay, so we have a high, we have a low, we have a lower high, a lower low, a lower high, a lower low, and then I guess right here we have that higher high. So the higher high forms first. That is going to be an indication of upward trend. Right here. High, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower low, lower high, lower high, lower low, and then the higher high forms first. All right. Then we have the higher high and higher low. So you have the high, lower, low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Higher high, which basically the same thing as this. But then also you have a higher low. Okay. And then the third way is, you have a high, low, lower, lower, high, lower, low, lower, high, lower, low, lower. And then you have the higher low that forms. And then it's going to go into an upward trend. So let's see if we can identify the second one, which is a higher high and a higher low. So, okay. All right. So we have a high and a low, a higher high and a higher low right here. And then you can see it goes upward. Let's see if we can identify the third trend of an upward trend change. It's the higher low forms first. Okay, hold on. I can see that right here. So you have a high, a low, a higher high, a higher low, and then it goes upward. But then the upward trend is only for a little bit though, and then it kind of like stables out, but then it shoots back. But it's still an upward trend. You got it. A higher high goes up, actually regulates a bit, and then it goes to a higher high. Actually, that's more of a higher high forms first. I guess it's in between. All right, let's see if we can spot that again. We're looking for the higher low forms first. This upward trend mostly is doing the higher high forms first and then the higher high, higher lows. That's what I'm saying as far as this trend. Okay, so now we have supported
The fact that we know that Tesla is going up, we already know it's going up. Look, at 458 when we started talking, it's going to be at 461. We know it's going up. But now we have used our chart analysis to also let us know that it's going up. Let's go back a little bit further. Oh, okay. See, it was lower right here, and it's still higher. All right, so here we are on this trend chart. I'm gonna look at this. This is real funky. This is funky on Telsa. Okay, so what do we know? We know it's on an upward trend. We clearly see that. What about all this right here? What would we have done? Would we have just avoided the whole market because it's kind of like trending sideways. Like it's like our resistance zone is like it was right here for a minute, like right here. It's all over the place, guys. Right here. I'm glad we're not trading right here. We're not even thinking about it because it's all over the place. Let's see. The high, as far as like right here, starting us out was at 348. Then it went to a kind of a low zone of 332. So 38 to 32. And it looked like it played here for a while. Except for when it did a shootout, when it came out here to 359. Okay, so this would be a good way for us to, I guess we could chart a downward trend. So the lower low forms first. I think I am seeing it where you have a high, a low, followed by a lower high, followed by a higher low, a higher high, and then the lower low forms first right there. And that does indicate a downward trend because if we do a line right there, you can see it did go down. Then it went up. Then it went stable out to the side. Then it went up a little bit. And it's like it's on that up right here. It's on this up line right here. See that? Okay. I think I would have to go out a little bit more. No, I'm not gonna run, but it does look like it's just like sideways. I can't say as far as right here whether it was going up or down. Like we know it's going up, obviously, but right here, just looking at this right here, how would we have predicted what was going to happen with Telsa? Just looking at this, not even looking at this right here, just not none of that, just this going backward. What would we have thought? I mean, I would say, okay, looking at the lows. I'm starting to see something. Looking at the lows, like this one, and this one, I'm seeing higher lows. Even this one is a little higher than that one. So I could see an upward trend in that. Uh, I'm seeing some of the higher high form first, like here. And I'm also seeing like the lower low forms first there. But overall, the lower lows are getting higher. Even down here, where it went down, this is the lower low forms first. Even there, the lower lows right here are actually getting higher. And then it goes down again where the lower low forms first, but then the lower lows get higher. So that would be a way for us to say that it's on an upward trend. Now let's look. That will be able to. We already know it's going up, but that'll be our way to support that. 3 months back, Tesla's real funky. It does these sharp. lows, and then it trends upward. And then it does sharp lows and goes trends upward, and sharp lows and trends upward. And it's like that's what it's doing. Was there any time, let's say, that it had like a straight downward trend? Let's go on the 1 year mark. I mean, this is a is it yeah, this is the 1 year. I see a straight downward trend right here, where the actual trend is downward. But who's to say it's not this the same like with the upward trend? Let's go back 5 years then. Okay, I see a downward trend right here, and the this was 2021, where it ran a downward trend from November 2021 until September 2022, and then it continued a downward trend until January 2003. So I see a clear downward trend right here. And this is over actually a span of time. So like November to January, that's a big deal. That's like a downward trend towards the end of the year. Okay. Coming back in November. Let's see, November. And then where's January? Tulsa. Okay, so that was November 21 until January. Um, this is January 22. So that's November 21 to January. Hold on, wait. Let's get back in November. What are we looking at? November, where we're here at this high. Then it runs low to January 22. So from November 21 to January of 22, it was on a downward trend. Okay, let's look at November 22. In November 22 to January 23, it's on a downward run. Okay, let's look at November 23. November 23 until January 24, it was on a downward run. Oh my God. So is Tulsa telling us that instead of shooting up towards the end of the year, this is where it actually falls? Should people be betting down on Tulsa? That is a trend that I'm seeing. Y'all see it with me. I know you do. But if we look at right now, like the week, we on a clearly upward trend. But if it does what it's doing every other year, it's supposed to go down into a downward trend. But if I was to bet on Tulsa, I would bet to the short run, especially since I see that from November to January in the last 2 or 3 years, it does a downward trend. Like it ends the year in a downward trend, if that makes sense. I would bet up on Tulsa to the short run. Like I would do a well, we're already in December. So even if it did a downward trend, it would if from November until now, it would have already done. Okay, let's look at our 3 month chart. Where's November? It didn't do a downward trend. So does that mean that there's one coming? This is a lot of bull run right here. This is a strong bull upward, guys. I'm just saying this is a strong bull upward. Does that mean that we are looking for Tesla to drop down? This is like a regulation where it plays sideways, not much movement up or down. And then we have a sharp move up from 275 in October until 350 in November. Or is that just like a trend change, like overall, like the whole stock is on a different type of trend? That could be it too. It's not following its previous trends. Yeah, if I was to play Telsa, I would want to play Telsa either in the money or at the money. I wouldn't play it too far up right now, even though I think it could get to 500. Do I think it's gonna get to 800 by like next week or by January 1st or January, first week of January? I don't think so. I could be wrong. I think 500, 550 at the most between now and January, and possibly 600. And that is a huge possible. But do I think Telsa's finna get to like six or 700, well, 700 or something by January, first week of January? I don't think so. I think it's possible throughout the year. I'm not sure because everything that goes up must come down. Telsa is not really getting that much resistance. Somebody is gonna have to sell. Some people gonna start selling this Tesla. So where are they looking to sell? Possibly 500. Possibly 500. So if y'all want, we can take a look at some options for Tesla. I'm not used to going into Robinhood. And y'all, I don't have a lot of money in Robinhood. Okay? Don't judge me. I did set up some stuff like the Robinhood card, and I got a part of the Robinhood Gold community. So I am a Gold member. Oh, speaking of, today is the 16th. If y'all use my link and get in on Robinhood, Robinhood is giving away $1 million. I'm sorry for telling y'all so late, but it ends today. Whoever becomes a new client of Robinhood between today, well, just today, they did it for a week. I think they did it from like the 6th or something up until the 16th or something. They did like a 10-day situation. But if you become a new client today on Robinhood, they're putting in $1 million in a pot and they're splitting between everybody who joined Robinhood for the first time from the 6th until today. So I made sure I got in. They said they're gonna give us our portion of that $1 million on December the 23rd. I will definitely come back and let you guys know if that indeed did happen. Yeah. So if you can look over here, you see I do have a call option right here for PLTR. I'm betting it is gonna get to 105 by the third. I paid $40 for this option. We're down $38, nearly our whole, well, no, about almost 50% of our investment. But that's neither here nor there. Let's search for Tesla. Okay, let's search on here for Tesla and see. Default dollar and share orders are market orders or limit orders. This type of limit order is designed to execute at the same price and speed as market orders. but can only exercise at the limit price or better. Here's some more information that just popped up on my screen. Sometimes I have to like literally break down what these things are trying to say. It's almost like learning how to read all over again. I hope that makes sense. The default dollar and share orders or market orders are limit orders. This type of limit order is designed to execute at the same price and speed as market orders, but can only execute at the limit price or better. Review the order type and estimated cost before you place your order. Do we want to learn more? Why not? Why not learn more? A limit order can only be executed at your specific limit price or better. So they're basically saying when they place orders either at the market order or the limit price or better. Investors often use limit orders to have more control over executing prices. Keep in mind, limit orders aren't guaranteed to execute. There has to be a buyer and a seller on both sides of the trade. If there aren't enough shares in the market at your limit price, it may take multiple trades to fill the entire order, or the order may not be filled at all. Depending on the final price your order is filled